So don't mind me if I repeat myself. These simple rhymes be good for your health. To keep them crime rhymes on the shelf. Live love life like you just don't care. 5,000 leaders never scared. Rain and noise is the moment they fear. Get up, still a beautiful idea. Get up, throw your hands in the air. It's so no fear.
Draw the curtains and bunker down in the Ecuadorian embassy. It's Friday, we're live, and it's time for the last leg.
Tonight on the show, we go to the Westboro Baptist Church. We'll ask whether Richard Dawkins is being a dick. And we're joined on the couch by movie star Daniel Radcliffe. On the show that sometimes gets carried away.
Show that not only covers the news, it occasionally picks a fight with it. As always, I'm joined on the couch by the pride of Dartmoor, Josh Widdicombe, and the man who's still upset that I called him Jabba the Hutt last week, Brooker. Now, if you missed the show last week, Alex got quite close to our guest, Carrie Fisher, which prompted...
Too close is how close.
It prompted Paul Bishop to ask, is it okay that I'm suffering from depression, but Alex and Carrie's flirting had me in fits of laughter? I needed that.
I wouldn't call my flirting funny. I call it potent.
And he said, sorry to make the pun, but I can't resist. Did you get the last leg over?
It was... Do you know what? I just think...
Did you answer the question?
I just think...
A gentleman never tells.
Last Friday, you just got a glimpse into what it's like to be me. I get this sort of shit when I go to the shops. You know, I'm trying to buy the paper and there's women, it's just like...
That wasn't a woman, that was a horse.
Do you know what? One of our favourite things from last week is that Carrie Fisher was amazing. And when she left the studios, she left with her dog, Gary. And when she got out in front of the studios, the dog ran off into the council estate across the road. So Carrie went after the dog, who then took a dump in the middle of the council estate, surrounded by like 4 or 5 guys just drinking beer, who then watched as Princess Leia picked up dog shit in their council estate.
Just imagine being those blokes and seeing that going, did you just see Princess Leia pick up that dog shit and just be like, I tell you what, we've got to ease up on the white lightning. This is getting silly.
To be honest, the best bit of all last week happened off air, actually. It was a moment between Alex...
No, it wasn't Alex and Carrie.
Actually, it was Alex and Carrie's dog.
Like mother, like son.
Yeah.
It took me weeks to teach him to do that.
The worst clip was 10 seconds later when Alex reciprocated. That was the most harrowing moment for me.
It's amazing when it started doing it. It's just like its mum.
Now, we are live tonight, so we can answer any questions you'd like to throw our way. Tweet us at The Last Leg, hashtag it Is It Okay. For example, is it okay that last week I threatened to send the Westboro Baptist Church to Iraq? Is it okay that this week they tweeted in to say they have accepted the challenge? Here's what happened. Last week I offered to fly every member of the Westboro Baptist Church to Iraq, rather than have them protest at the funeral of Robin Williams for his supposedly hedonistic ways. Scott Barnes said the only thing missing from my moment of brilliance was that I didn't drop the mic afterwards. Thanks, I'll take that on board. Before I tell you what happened during the week, I think it's worth explaining exactly who the Westboro Baptist Church are. They are a congregation of around 40 people who believe that there is a militant homosexual movement posing a clear danger to the survival of America.
Hello?
They're often described as a hate group, which is not surprising considering their web address is actually godhatesfags.com. Yeah. They have run a number of campaigns, including God Hates the Media and, surprisingly, God Hates Retards.
Oh! I tell you what, when they find out you're disabled, they're going to go apeshit.
Their founder, the late Fred Phelps, compiled a list of prominent people that he believed will burn in hell due to their, quote, fag-loving ways. They included, and I'm not making this up, Princess Diana, Heath Ledger, John Stewart, Catholics, Australians, Swedes, the Irish, and Harry Potter.
What's it? Well, Australians.
Well...
But it's like, what's the problem with Harry Potter? They can't say that they, like, hate a book with loads of magic in and then say they love the Bible. It's just ridiculous.
Alex has just booked his place in hell?
I'm not scared because Australians don't burn in hell anyway. We tan.
I imagine what you actually do is barbecue.
And it seems we're not the only people outraged by the Westboro Baptist Church. There's a humanitarian group called Planting Peace who opened an equality house directly across the street from the church and it painted it in rainbow colours, just like this.
I love the idea of the Westboro Baptist Church looking out their window and going, oh, there goes the neighbourhood. I think let's just build more. I think if they just built a gay club, just turn it into Soho.
They have actually held a lesbian wedding there that was ordained by a Baptist minister who disagrees with the Westboro Baptist Church, as, by the way, do all other Christians. And one of the Planting Peace members is even the granddaughter of the Westboro Baptist Church's founder, Fred Phelps. And my favourite thing of all, though, is that if you search... Oh, there's also a guy who's putting up a billboard out the front of Topeka where they have the church that says, God loves gays. Good on you. My favourite thing is that if you search the Westboro Baptist Church on Google Maps, on the map, it actually says, God hates Fred Phelps. Thankfully, the Westboro Baptist Church backed out of their threats to picket the Robin Williams Memorial, and it passed by without incident. But they did contact us to see if we would keep to our word. It started with this tweet. At last leg, show us the plane tickets. Followed by, plane tickets or hush.
That sounds like a shit game show. Join us at 5 for plane tickets or hush.
Not surprisingly, an enormous amount of people said they would contribute to a Kickstarter campaign to buy tickets for them to Iraq. And a lot of people correctly pointed out that I did only offer to fly them to Iraq. At no point did I say I would fly them home again afterwards. And look, I'll be honest, we did look into it during the week. We looked up the flights. It is very difficult to get a flight into Iraq at the moment.
Particularly when you tell them who you're booking it for.
But we seriously did this during the week. We really looked into how we could send the Westboro Baptist Church to Iraq.
Well, that's their problem is going to be, are those flags, I mean, they're not, they're hand luggage, they're not. I mean, that's going to cost us like excess. I mean, also, when they're on the plane and say, what is your reason for visit? And they go, we're going to tell them that God hates fags. They're going to...
I mean, you'd hate, like, I don't like being sat next to people on a plane when they've got, like, too much arm room, because obviously I'm quite generous in that. Just imagine being sat next to a guy with a sign going mental because he, like, films Brokeback Mountain.
And we did seriously look into this, and we took on board the advice of both the US and UK governments, neither of which were too happy about us sending professional shit stirrers into a war zone. Especially after what's happened there this week. But then the Westboro Baptist Church kept tweeting us, which is weird for a group that is convinced God hates the media. #hypocrites. Even Even Fred Phelps Jr. retweeted a link to our show. Then they started to get a bit demanding. The next tweet came in, "Cough up the tickets, funny man." We got our bags packed. Iraq needs some preaching.
Not sure it does.
Sorry? Then they tweeted this photo. Followed by this photo. Yeah. Now, it's photos like this that then started to make me think, do I really want to be responsible for spreading that message of hate around the world? And then just when I thought that maybe these people might be getting off on the publicity of it all, they tweeted this. "Wow, the entire Australian media is publishing God hates fags, #win. #win, by the way, was made famous by Charlie Sheen, that notorious clean-living Christian. Turns out this is what the Westboro Baptist Church do. They threaten to picket funerals, they rarely go through with it, and they know that no matter what happens, people will be outraged and they'll get more publicity. In fact, they know that the more hate they preach, the more publicity they'll get. These guys are so desperate for attention, they make Lady Gaga look like Salman Rushdie. And the more I thought about it, the more I came to the conclusion that I don't want to fight hate with hate, and I certainly don't want to give these guys any more publicity. And in fact, I got a Facebook message last night from a lady named Kelly Anderson who said, quote, "Maybe we should meet hate with love and teach them what compassion is." She then went on to say, "I'm not a Christian, I don't believe in God, but I do believe in humanity and that it can do amazing and beautiful things when it comes from the right place." So you know what, Kelly? That's exactly what I'm going to do. Because thankfully, the group behind the Rainbow Painted Equality House showed me what to do this week, because they set up an online fundraiser for one of Robin Williams' favourite charities, the St Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. And the reason they did that, and I'm quoting from their website, "In keeping with our philosophy of addressing acts of hate and intolerance with compassion and love, we're inviting the public to show their respect and support of a man who spent his life making others smile." So here's the thing, Westboro Baptist Church. If I send you to Iraq, I'll be doing exactly what your God would want. And you know what? I don't like your God. He's a bit of a dick. I had a chat to my God during the week, and she told me I should do something positive and spread love instead of hate. And that's why I'm going to take all the money I was going to spend on your air tickets, and I'm going to donate it directly to St Jude Children's Research Hospital in the name of Robin Williams. Because rather than give money to these people, I'm going to give money to these people. And not only that, I'm going to tweet a link right now from my personal Twitter account to the St Jude Children's Research Hospital, and I want everyone that follows me to retweet it as often as you possibly can. There's no poll tonight. I just want to get as many retweets and as much publicity for that foundation as I can this tonight and for the rest of the show. And do you know what I think would be awesome? Is if everyone who was willing to chip in some money on Kickstarter to send the Westboro Baptist Church to Iraq instead chipped in a little bit of money for the St Jude Children's Research Hospital. Because not only will it help a child, it'll really piss off a bigot. And by the way, Westboro Baptist Church, if you're watching, our conversation is over. From one end of the spectrum to the other now, and the big Is It Okay this week revolves around renowned atheist Richard Dawkins. How many fights can we pick? It's another week of light topics on the list. A lot of people tweeted us, including the charity MenCap UK, who said, "Is it okay for Richard Dawkins to say it's immoral not to abort Down syndrome babies?" Now, we have to put this into context to be fair. It all started when Richard Dawkins tweeted about an Irish case in which a woman who was raped was then forced to carry her child full term. He got into a Twitter conversation about the ethics of aborting a fetus with Down syndrome, and one woman said, "I honestly don't know what I would do if I were pregnant with a kid with Down syndrome." To which Richard Dawkins replied in a tweet, "Abort it and try again. It would be immoral to bring it into the world if you have the choice." Yeah.
What a prick.
Maybe that is why he never gets invited to baby showers.
It's just, but like, who gives a shit what he thinks anyway? It's like no one's ever been in that situation. Two parents have thought, oh, hang on a second, just before we make this decision, I'm going to check Twitter to see what some bloke who looks like someone for Guess Who thinks about it. I like, you know what, Adam, like, my mum and dad had to make a difficult decision with me.
Yeah.
But like, the doctor said to them that you can't have an abortion when they're 30 years old. I mean, I know you don't like...
But you know what? As soon as that technology's there, we're going to do it.
And this isn't the first time Richard Dawkins has created a stir online recently, because he's been tweeting a lot of late and just getting in the zone. Do you know what? It's kind of like when your grandmother discovers Facebook. He just won't leave it alone. He invited me to play Farmville last night.
If you think that's bad, you can see what his text messages are like with Malky Mackay.
It's like, he must wake up. You know when you get drunk and you tweet and you wake up and you go, oh my God, what have I done? Never have I tweeted about abortion.
But see, the thing is, you know what? I don't know what I would do in that situation. I mean, my wife and I have had 2 kids, and we had to take the test to find out if our child had Down syndrome. And they didn't, and I honestly don't know what we would do in the situation. And I think that's the problem with the tweet. He's telling us what is morally right. It's almost as if Dawkins thinks he's God. He then followed up with a tweet saying there is a place for emotion and this isn't it.
What? It is. What place does he think? Apart from the first 10 minutes of Up, what place is he? Richard Dawkins is the only person who'd watch Up and go, well, you need more balloons than that to fly.
Well, he made it an emotional issue by bringing in the word immoral. Once you've done that, you've brought emotions into it. And also, if you think that discussing the value of children born with disabilities isn't an emotional issue, you're a borderline sociopath. A point made clear by Philip Hamilton, who tweeted in who's here tonight. He tweeted in the photo of his son James and said, "Is it okay to wonder how much better this world would be if only he had been aborted?" James is here tonight.
I tell you what, James didn't half milk that. Born to perform.
I was going to ask you to defend your stance, but I think you just did. We won. We won. Dawkins did apologise today, saying, quote, "My phraseology may have been tactlessly vulnerable to misunderstanding." Oh, fuck off, Dawkins! Just say sorry!
It's just... his argument, if I was being kind to him, which I shouldn't be, I take his argument as it's fundamentally wrong, because what he's questioning is almost like a quality of life.
Yeah.
But then you could be born with absolutely nothing wrong with you, and then become morbidly obese by the age of 30 and still have no quality of life. So it doesn't matter like whether he's a professor or how many fucking books he reads. It's just like, get your head out the books, go outside, have a Nando's, maybe have a cuddle, and just stop being such an arsehole when it's Jesus.
I'll tell you what, Alex is still very hung up on that Jabba the Hutt comment, isn't he?
Do you want to drop the microphone? Go on.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, let's be honest, if there was one stunt which probably wouldn't work, it'd throw me a microphone. I mean, yes, I did want to drop the microphone, but on my own terms.
It was like you'd gone. Alex is too popular. Let's see if he can catch. Hey, Alex. Do you want to do a handstand?
I mean, Hills, we've known each other a while. You're better than me. This is worse than Jabba. I don't even know what to do with it now. I'm just happy that I'm
Sorry, don't hold it like that. I feel like I'm Carrie Fisher's dog.
I'll tell you who should drop the microphone.
Radcliffe!
Tell you what, he didn't milk it that time, did he?
All right, let's move on with the show and bring out tonight's guest. He's been famous since the age of 11 as the star of the Harry Potter movies. He's appeared on stage in the West End and on Broadway, and he's starring in the new film What If? Please welcome Daniel Radcliffe!
This show's come a long way in 2 years. 2 years ago you said, well, pick a fight with the Westboro Baptist Church, then welcome Daniel Radcliffe.
You would have said I dropped a microphone.
Listen, thank you for being on the show. I know you've been so busy this week promoting the movie. Not just here, you've promoted it all around the world.
Yes.
In some quite innovative ways.
Yes. Which particular way?
The one where there was a test screening, and people were then asked,
right,
you know that thing where
yes,
people watch the movie and then afterwards they film them and say, what did you think of the movie? Well, this happened.
And then
Sally, but
I felt like it was like a real life love story.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you very much. There was like an awful moment right before that though, where they were like, we're going to have this really funny thing where we're going to get people to like review the movie and you're just going to hide and then come out and surprise them. But I was just thinking, what if they hate it? And they're like in the middle of talking shit about me and they're like trying to come out and jump at them. But they enjoyed it, thankfully. So
It could have actually gone much worse, because check out this woman who was interviewed after you had surprised her.
Came up right beside me, and my instinct is to punch people.
Well, she didn't tell me that at the time, so thank you for now. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, that was kind of fun. It's like a fun act of deception. Yeah.
And now the film itself is a romantic comedy.
It is,
It's
yes.
you and Zoe Kazan. Is that
Kazan,
correct?
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
And we do have a little bit of a clip of it as you and she get to know each other.
All right. Yes.
I don't like deep fried food.
Well, you don't like French fries?
Yeah.
Onion rings? Fried chicken?
Nope.
Fish and chips?
Gross.
Funnel cake? Donuts? Deep fried banana sandwiches?
No, but Elvis ate those.
And something called fool's gold.
What is that?
I don't know exactly, but I read on the internet that Elvis died with 40 pounds of undigested feces still in his intestine.
Thank you so much for telling me that in the middle of dinner.
You're welcome.
Maybe the next time I take a bite, you can say diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
And that horrifying fact about Elvis is something we verified on the internet.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how
And
true
so it must
anything
be
is.
true.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it must be, right?
And the Fool's Gold is a thing as well, isn't
Fool's
it?
Gold is the thing where you're literally the first person that I've ever met that has heard of Fool's Gold outside of me promoting this movie.
Right.
Because basically it is, you guys heard of it or come across it before?
Yeah, Adam won't shut up about it.
Basically it's a loaf of bread, you coat it in butter and then you bake it. And then you cut it in half, hollow out the inside, and fill it with an entire jar of peanut butter and an entire jar of jam. And then you stuff it with a pound of crispy bacon.
Yep.
And it's amazing. Don't like judge or be disapproving.
Are you able to eat it if you're on the Atkins?
Very good. It was Zoe. It grew up in LA and I grew up here, and so we have very different definitions of what is food. And I loved it, and it's fantastic. And but Zoe was she had to be talked into taking a bite, I think.
It sounds amazing,
It
but
is.
if Elvis absolutely loved it and he died on the toilet, I'd kind of question the nutritional value.
But Elvis knew from sandwiches. He knew when, the fact that he died on the toilet should show you that he was an expert in sandwiches.
He loved those sandwiches.
Yeah.
We've actually got some Fool's Gold here to try if you'd like some.
Fantastic.
Bring out the Fool's Gold!
Are we just gonna
just pick it up, just like.
Oh, really?
Oh my God!
How am I meant to hold this? I still have my sandwiches cut into
It's like-
soldiers.
To be fair, like, this is supposed to be cut into like thin strips, like.
So we
but,
eat
like,
this,
I think
so-
just like dive in, don't we?
Yeah.
Just have a bite now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Right. It's really good.
I might need that toilet.
We'll be back with more on the last leg. Don't try and talk with peanut butter in your mouth, Adam. We'll be back with more on the last leg in a minute with Daniel Radcliffe. And more stories in the West. Welcome back to the last leg where earlier in the show I attempted to get as many retweets as possible for a link to a donations page that was set up in honour of Robin Williams for the St Jude Children's Research Hospital. During the ad break I found out it has just hit over 15,000 retweets. Keep retweeting, people. Keep retweeting. Daniel Radcliffe, of course, is still with us, promoting the movie What If? Big question, why have you got nude in another film?
I know. I was introduced the other day on a radio show as Britain's premier nudist. It's not something I'm trying to cultivate. It just so happens that I'm almost as associated with getting my kit off as I am with Harry Potter at this point.
At least it's not both at the same time.
That's a film that no one wants.
No, that's a film that everyone wants.
Can you imagine like that kind of film with like a $200 million budget? Like, expensive ways for me to get naked. Yeah, but no, I do a skinny dipping scene in this film, which is actually much more enjoyable than kind of previous nude scenes I've had, which have always been like about horse blinding or loss of virginity. So it's just kind of more fun.
Do you feel awkward when you have to do a nude scene?
Not anymore, no. Like, I think when you've done it on stage at 17, you kind of you sort of shed some inhibitions, I guess, and you just care a little less.
Right.
But no, it's quite, especially genuinely, if like doing a fun skinny dipping scene is kind of a fun, like Zoe wrote "Hi Dan" on her nipple pasties. It was like a fun thing.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Now, we do need to cover one little bit of news this week. Australia's favourite marsupial in hiding, WikiLeaks boss Julian Assange, staged a press conference at the Ecuadorian embassy to say that after being in hiding for 2 weeks, he might be leaving soon. Do you have any opinions on Julian Assange?
Loads.
Do you want to see him get naked?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I would say, has he considered pretending when he gets out, just like affecting an English accent and pretending to be Benedict Cumberbatch? Could that, like, I mean, he could pull that off, or just like, I don't know, some sort of superhero outfit. Just uncovers himself.
If I've been hiding and I'm worried about being nicked, then I wouldn't do a press conference to tell people when I'm going to leave. I just go off in the middle of the night when everyone's asleep.
This is the weirdest start to a story. My osteopath. I'm going to him because I'm attempting to be part of the last leg thing. He's got like white hair, and he got arrested on the train going to Oxford because they thought he was Julian Assange.
Really?
They said, "I'm arresting you." He said, "Why?" You go, "You're a Julian Assange." He went, "No, I'm not."
Meanwhile, someone somewhere has walked up to Assange on the street and asked him to fix their back. Mark Travis said, "Is it okay for Julian Assange to use a cunning Noel Edmonds disguise?" Ironically, the one question Julian Assange wants an answer to is deal or no deal.
To be fair, that is what you'd look like if you'd been watching daytime TV for 2 years. You know what I mean?
Well, have a look at this footage of the Ecuadorian ambassador speaking at the press conference during the week, because we've translated what he said, and I reckon he might be getting a little sick of Julian Assange being there.
Si hoy se hubiera solicitado la extradición de Julian Assange a Suecia por las reformas legales últimas Probablemente las autoridades británicas han negado que estas novedades tendrían sobre el tema que nos ocupa. Es demasiado importante como para que no logren todavía cierta certidumbre sobre su futuro y sobre su vida.
We'll be back with more of The Last Leg. Admiral Daniel Radcliffe and Josh looks at the last 7 days in a sec. We'll see you soon. Where we are still joined by Daniel Radcliffe, and I have now racked up over 20,000 retweets for the link to the St Jude Hospital. As always, Josh has been keeping an eye out for the lesser-known stories of the last 7 days. Josh, what have you found?
Okay, now, this is an advert for a mall in America.
Yep.
You've heard of these things, these malls.
Yes, I have.
This is the worst advert I've ever seen, but actually is also the most catchy advert I've ever seen. Watch this and you'll never forget it.
It's tails, we're back to school. Denim, haircut, backpacks, come get your backpack.
Boots and pants and boots and pants.
New shoes, get yourself an outfit. Denim,
Boots and pants and boots and pants.
haircut, new shoes, so get yourself back to school with these tails. Haircut.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I mean, we've been singing it in the office all week. What I like is everyone's got their favourite member.
Oh, yeah.
You particularly have got
Mine is boots and pants and boots and pants.
That's the most sinister thing you've ever done.
That's my contribution.
John, one more. Now,
Yep.
obviously, the Ice Bucket Challenge has taken over the world.
Yes,
This
it's a
week.
thing where people have to tip ice water over someone else. They nominate someone else. It's all for charity.
Yeah, raises awareness of motor neurone disease. Now,
Yep.
this is my favourite fail. The girl in the background is meant to be tipping the bucket over the girl in the foreground.
Thank you, Steve McGrain, for nominating me for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I now nominate Mary Ashton Klingler, Angelina Oliva, and Kristen Durant. You have 24 hours.
There is literally nothing you can add to that.
Just quickly, some live Is It OKs have come in. Is it okay to say misgendering Kelly Maloney last week was not cool? Please respect people's names and pronouns. Yes, very quickly. This came because I said that Frank Maloney would be living his life as a woman and that he would change his name to Kelly. Now, it's a tricky one to get around. Apparently, I should have said will be living her life as a woman. Look, I apologise. It is very difficult to know what to say when the sentence starts with Frank Maloney and ends with him becoming a woman. I in no way meant to offend anyone. And from now on, whenever I talk about Kelly Maloney, I will use the correct pronouns because I want to maintain her dignity, and that's the last thing I want to do is degrade her dignity. Kelly Maloney announced this week she would be entering the celebrity Big Brother house. At least she kept her dignity. We've received 21,000 retweets, and if you are following me on Twitter, please keep retweeting for the St Jude Children's Research Hospital in honour of Robin Williams, because that's what he would want and that's what the Westboro Baptist Church would hate. That's all we've got time for you tonight. Would you please thank our guest, Daniel Radcliffe? Comedian John Bishop, but tonight we'd like to leave you by doing something stupid for a good cause. Earlier in the show, Josh mentioned a thing called the Ice Bucket Challenge, in which people are nominated to tip a bucket of ice water over themselves while raising money for charity. This week alone, Victoria Beckham did it, the Foo Fighters did it, and Kermit the Frog did it. And we received a barrage of tweets challenging us to do it. So earlier this afternoon, we accept the challenge, and this is what happened. Thanks for watching The Last League. My name's Adam Hills. See you next week for the next league. So, what do you think of this as a way of ending the show?
Love it. Love it. Don't want to get cocky, but I think the TV Quick Award is in the bag.
I think you might be right, you know. Hey, Dan.
Hey,
The Radmeister General.
We need to talk to you about the end of the show.
Oh yeah, I love your endings. Is it one of those German gay club themed sing-alongs?
No. We thought more, you know, the Ice Bucket Challenge
Yes.
that's going around?
Yeah.
We thought maybe you could do it, but as one of your most famous characters.
Woman in Black? Kitty Darlings? Some other obscure shit I made that no one saw?
Are you hoping Harry Potter?
Old HP. The Boy Wizard.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea, guys. No, not really. I've heard that idea like 40,000 times. I mean, come on, you guys are supposed to be original, funny, you're comedians. I was hoping for something a bit more inventive on this show. You've got wands there, are you going to get me to do something with them? Are you going to have me run around on a broomstick later? I mean, really, why don't we do something more original? You can tell them about your leg, I don't think anyone's heard about that yet. Well, you know, I mean, are you going to do another dance about Putin? Well, come on, guys, this is like... No, and you. You brought the costume. I mean, what, is Alex going to come in dressed as Dumbledore in a minute? Oh, Jesus.
So, did Harry say yes? I take it that's a no. Haircut.